Alright, so I'm going to do a quick little video on the 2018 Nissan Leaf. Obviously this is 1 year later than everybody cared to see the review, but I never had access to one. This is the only electric car I have ever driven besides my own, and I must say I really like my car, but this car is so much nicer. It's insane. Like, they have made a lot of progress in 5 years, which makes me all the more disappointed that they're not doing thermal managed batteries, because if they were, this would be a really good car that I would highly recommend. I don't know, it's just, first of all, obviously there's a lot of cars that have more range, but when you're used to having 80 miles per charge, like I do, my goodness, this is so nice. And like I told you in my video about the Bio Beetle place, renting this car, I also have access to the level 3 chargers for free. And man, I spent so much time charging when I was using my car the first few days of vacation, because it can only go so far, and then I'm using level 2s and they charge really slow. This car, it's like you plug it into that level 3 charger for like half an hour and it has almost 100 miles more range. It's just craziness. It's so nice. But what I like about this car that's different from my car, besides the range is obvious, is the different modes. Because mine, basically, you have drive and then you have eco mode, and it's pretty much like the weakest regenerative braking in the world, but it's better than nothing. It's better than drive is. But this one, it's like they have regular eco mode, and then they have like a strong eco mode. Instead of saying D, it says B, like brake, and that one grips more and stops the car slows the car down faster and throws more onto the battery. And then of course they have the e-pedal that you can flip on, and then if you time things right, the car basically stops without using the brakes. And because I've had my car as long as I have and do my best to time things and everything, I adjusted to it pretty fast. I don't know how long it would take people who haven't had experience, but it's really nice. And another thing is, you know, I'm not like purposely trying to hypermile, but I know how to, and so I drive pretty efficient, because my car is probably all the way down to a 18 kilowatt battery by this point, after the 6 years in the hot sun and stuff. Like, I have it under the carports and stuff, so it's only in the sun when I'm at the beach and stuff, but it was already pretty degraded when I got it. It had just moved to 10 bars like a couple weeks after I pulled it off the lot. But I didn't notice, like this one, you know, it's supposed to have 151 miles of range, and I'm getting like 186 miles. So there's a lot of places you can go when you're on a little island like this. I can do anything. The first day we got it, I drove all the way around the island. So we went to Hana and went to the Black Sand Beach, and then we went down to the bamboo forest, which I just love. And then we drove around the south side of the island, which is really rugged for a ways, but then you get into like much smoother, nicer roads after enduring about 10 or 15 miles of really bad roads. And there's like all kinds of different landscapes, and it's really pretty, and I'm glad we did that. And the car made it just fine without any trouble. In fact, I still went all the way to Lahaina and dropped my friend off his campground, and then came all the way back to Kahului and charged on a level 3 charger. And I was only down to, I think I was at 11%, and then after I charged, I was like way up at 69 or something. It's like it charges so fast. So yeah, I really like the stronger regen, the brake mode, and I really like the E-pedal. And you don't have to leave them like that either. Like, I loved stick shifts way more than I loved automatics. I always wanted a stick shift if I had the choice. And with this one, I do whatever makes sense. So like when we were on the Haleakala Highway going down, it was easiest to go the speed limit if I didn't even have it in eco mode, if I just had it in drive. And the weak whatever drive gear is still was holding the speed about as fast as I wanted to go and putting a little bit of regen. And then every time a stoplight or something would happen, I'd switch it to eco drive, it'd slow down, and then I'd throw it into the eco B and it would slow down even more. And then when I got a certain distance from this car in front of me, I would flip the little E-pedal and it would stop just in time and I wouldn't even have to use my brakes. So if you learn how to time stuff, it's almost like having a stick shift where you switch the gears lower and lower and you can slow it as much as you want and have control of it. And I really like that, which is why I'm really disappointed that they didn't do the thermal management, because this is a good car. They did a great job and it should be better. If they would have done that, people would have loved this. But the silver lining in that bad news is with all these cars that have bigger ranges and thermal management and stuff, hopefully this one will depreciate as well, and like a few years down the road will be a lot more affordable to a lot of us who don't have the money to buy normal electric cars. So I'm crossing my fingers for that, because this car has spoiled me. I love my car, but it's gonna be challenging to go back to my little 80-mile range and level 2 charges, but I can make it do. It's been working good so far, so I'll just enjoy this while the vacation lasts, and then I'll go back to my good little car. But this is a really good car. I was pleasantly surprised and I am having a blast with it.